In a sport defined by chaos, the cornerback lives in controlled solitude. Every down, he stands alone, no help, no cushion, no safety net. Across from him, a receiver with a route he doesn't know, a head start, and the full advantage of the rules. And behind him, nothing but green grass and the eyes of 80,000 fans waiting to erupt if he slips. The job, simple on paper, shut down one of the most explosive athletes on the planet. But what happens when he does his job perfectly? Silence. The quarterback doesn't throw. The cameras don't pan. The commentator doesn't even say his name, because when a cornerback wins, the play is invisible. There's no celebration for a non-target, no praise for perfect coverage. But if he loses just once, it's 6 points and 6 replays from 6 angles. Being a cornerback is the art of surviving unnoticed. Until you're not. Every position in football has pressure, but cornerbacks, they carry the blame. One blown coverage, one missed jump, one perfect throw from the quarterback, and suddenly you're the weak link. The highlight rolls won't show the safety out of position. They won't show the pass rush arriving a second too late. They show you getting beat on loop. And the irony? A cornerback can play 70 flawless snaps. He can erase a top-tier receiver from existence. But that one slip, that becomes the headline. There's no box score for tight coverage. No Stafford did my job so well the QB look elsewhere. Even the best get roasted. Even the elite get mossed. Because at corner, perfection is expected, but never celebrated. And failure is broadcast in high definition with your name and number right beneath it. Being a cornerback isn't just physical. It's psychological warfare. Every play, every second, you line up on an island, alone with your thoughts, alone with the fear. Because you know, one mistake, and the whole stadium sees it. One misread, you're on the wrong end of a highlight forever. You have to think like a receiver, anticipate like a psychic, and react like a sprinter. Instantly, without hesitation. There's no time for doubt, no time to dwell. You got beat on a 40-yard bomb last series? Forget it. Because here comes the next play, and your man wants blood. The phrase short memory isn't advice for a cornerback. It's survival. You have to lie to yourself. Tell yourself you're elite, even when you've just been humiliated. You have to step back into the fire with swagger. Because if you hesitate, even for a moment, you're dead. Confidence isn't optional. It's armor. And some weeks, the armor barely holds. Numbers don't tell the truth. They never have. A wide receiver catches 8 passes for 100 yards, and he's a star. A cornerback holds that same receiver to 2 targets, 0 catches, and his stat sheet says nothing. No one logs coverage so good the QB didn't bother. Traditional stats tackles, interceptions, passes defended barely scrape the surface. They reward chaos, not consistency, volume, not silence. Even advanced analytics, the ones that try to capture true coverage ability, ignored by fans, misunderstood by media, forgotten by award voters, because defense doesn't trend. Shutdown coverage doesn't get retweeted. Nobody rewatches film of a receiver being erased. Because there's nothing to see. The cornerback lives in a statistical shadow. His dominance doesn't light up a scoreboard. It just quietly prevents one. When a wide receiver makes a play, he becomes a hero. Dabs from the sideline. Camera zoom. Name trending. When a cornerback makes a play, he's just doing his job. That's the reality. The perception? It's brutal. Fans remember the touchdowns you gave up, not the ones you prevented. Even the greatest to ever do it, Revis, Woodson, Bailey, had to fight for respect. Their highlight reels are often filled with non-highlights. Quarterbacks avoiding their side of the field entirely. That's dominance. But to the casual eye, it's quiet, it's boring. And the flashier corners, the ones who talk their way into the spotlight, they get labeled cocky, overrated, penalty-prone. Yet receivers do the exact same thing and get praised for swagger. There's a cultural bias at play. Offense is spectacle. Defense is inconvenience. And cornerbacks, they are the wall the game pretends doesn't exist until it cracks. You don't play cornerback for attention. You don't do it for stats. You do it because it's a war, and you want to win your battle. Every snap is a test of pride, of will, of resilience. You're playing chess at full speed against a freak athlete in front of the world. And the only thing anyone will remember is whether or not you lost. There's no forgiveness, no help, no hiding. But that's where the pride lives, in the silence, in the self-respect. Cornerbacks don't need your praise. They don't need the highlight reels or the Pro Bowl nods or the media narratives, because they know the truth. They know what it takes to strap up every Sunday, stare down a number one receiver, and say, "You're not eating today." They live in the shadows of the game, but inside those shadows, that's where real respect is forged.